Hello, this is Type, and it's the I believe fifth week of Fella, and we are going to face Ark of the Grand Rapids Gyarados, and I'm glad that you know I'm glad to battle her because she almost dropped from Fella, but she didn't, which is very nice, and she has one of the coolest looking team logos in the league, so that's one of the reasons I'm very especially glad she didn't drop, because I want to play against that very cool looking logo. And without further ado, let's have a look at our team. So as a recap, my team is Tornadus, Tyrion, Inferno, Mesprit, Whimsicott, Empoleon, Ladias, Mega Dancy, Golak, King, Tralipad, Ronan Frost, and Garbodor. And Arke has Mega Gardevoir, Rodan Wash, Dusknoir, Dehydrans, Miracle, Avalog, Alakazam, Klefki, Flygon, Mystic, Male, Gallade, and Moltres. And as you can see, it's a pretty interesting team. Uh, it's not actually that bad. It's a bit weak to water. It's a bit slow, but there are a few prankster monsters. Alakazam, which is good, always good. There is some wall breaking potential, especially in Mega Gardevoir and Alakazam. She has three offensive psychic types plus Mega Meowstic, so that's kind of a, I guess, weakness too, even though both Mega Gardevoir and Gallade are actually pretty good to check some Dark and Steel types. And I don't know, Buck could be good against her, though she has Moltres, she has Klefki, so I mean, I guess she could um, cover those things pretty well, but she definitely has some things in her team that I'm able to capitalize on. She has, I believe, record of 1 and 3, and the one win actually she got it against Jeff, who is definitely one of the better players in this league, one of the even the champion candidates. So that was very well done from her to beat him. And um, what am I expecting to see? I actually don't know. This kind of team is actually pretty hard to predict because she has so many similar things, but definitely still there's a lot of options. She has brought Smeargle quite a few times, so I have ways to deal with Smeargle. And so let's go to the team builder. So here's what I brought. I brought Storm from the Infernape, Theos to the Diancie, Daenerys the Latias, Hummingbird the Golurk, Waffles the Empoleon, and Denit the Tornadus. So my first mon here is Infernape, which has Fake Out, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and U-Turn. Enough speed to outspeed the base 100s, such as Flygon, basically. And this is my lead if she brings Smeargle, because I can just fake out close combat and kill the Smeargle without any problems there. And I have Lumberry because she has a bunch of Thunder Wavers, so if she decides to go for a Thunder Wave, I don't mind that. I can just U-turn out, or depending, like if she this can check Klefki without having to worry about getting Thunder Waved in the process. So there's that. Next up, I have my Diancie with enough speed against again to outspeed the Flygon, and I have Diamond Storm, Earthbound, Moonblast, very standard stuff. I don't like this is very standard, and I know no I don't really like. I don't use Diancie necessarily very diversely, but I don't think I have to. It's like it's just so good um, as a hard hitting mon. I don't have to do anything else basically. I don't have to do any shenanigans with Diancie for it to be good and effective, and this coverage is just simply very good against her. There's Earthbound mainly for, I guess, Klefki. Of course, this is a very nice check to Klefki because it can't Thunder Wave me. All it can do is to fire that steel type attack, and if I have worn down the Klefki enough, I will be able to probably just fire it down with Earth Power. I have a very like I have a bunch of checks to Klefki, which is cool. Diamond Storm, Moonblast, definitely very strong stab moves there. Also Earth Power, very nice for the Heatran, definitely. Okay, next I have Maladias, which is this time it's a bit more standard set, even though it has some weird coverage such as Surf and Shadow Ball. But this is Expert Belt, so it's a bit like the standard Life Orb set, just a bit a slight variation of it, because I'm not carrying any recovery, so I wanted to have Expert Belt over Life Orb, so that I don't have to take that Life Orb recoil, basically. Draco hits hard against pretty much anything except for Gardevoir and Klefki, but there's Surf, mainly for Heatran, also Moltres. And Shadow Ball is there for the Psychic types. And I guess Rotom can take hits relatively well, especially if it's especially defensive. But honestly, Rotom can't really take on my Diancie, I feel, or even Infernape. I mean, I guess it could. I mean, now that I look at my team, it looks actually a bit weak against Rotom. But really just, you know, if I'm able to fire off some Dracos. I mean, Latias checks it decently, yeah, definitely. So I don't have to worry about Rotom too much. Next up, my Hummingbird Golurk with, sorry, yeah, the same speed here, by the way. Golurk with Colberberry, Iron Fist, and Gravity, Earthquake, Shadow Punch, and Substitute. Okay, so this is very interesting set. I'm still not 100% sure about the item. It's mainly for the Gallade, because with the Colberberry I have one more check for Gallade. I may not need it. I still I would think if I should change it to Leftovers or even Cassie Berry, but I'm not sure if she wants to run Ghost coverage. Ghost coverage. Gardevoir and Alakazam tend to run it standardly, but I don't know if she is gonna bring it against me. It would be effective for Ladias, I guess. But I'll probably go with Colberberry or Leftovers. Gravity is there mainly so that I can check Magnetron's Klefki. But this is also very good because getting up a Gravity will allow me to hit Rotom very well, also Moltres, Flygon, things like that. The ground Ghost coverage is actually very good against her team. And Sub is there so that I can set it up maybe against the Klefki, maybe against Meowstic or something like that, I don't know. And I have max speed because if the Rotom is uninvested in speed, the Golurk will outspeed it by 1 point. And I mean, I feel this actually can do a lot of holes to her team. Next up, I have this Empoleon set with Chapelberry, Defiant, Scald, Ice Beam, Steel Wing, and Stealth Rock. I have some HP, some attack, max special defense. Okay, so this is my main check for Mega Gardevoir. You can also check, actually, it can check Gallade to some extent. You can check, I guess, Avalog, Heatran, things like that. But basically, I have Scald, Ice Beam, Steering there for coverage. I have Rocks because, I mean, Rocks are nice. And Rocks are actually my main way to deal with Avalok if she brings that, because most of my mons that like check Avalok are physical, so I've none of my mons is really like the best possible check for Avalok. So rocks are very important for Avalok. I have steering over Flash Cannon simply because both Mega Gardevoir and Gallade have pitiful defenses, so I don't even really need these attack IVs, but I just thought that let's just put some attack IVs there to hit a little bit harder. And obviously Steel Wing is the hardest Steel type move that Empoleon gets, so I have to go with that. It's a really cool move, I feel, against her team. Kinda, I don't know if it will catch her off guard, but and Choppleberry, of course, to take the Focus Blast from Mega Gardevoir, possibly the close combat from Gallade, even Focus Blast from Alakazam, if it comes to that. Also, I believe that Alakazam has also better special defense than defense. And last and definitely least, my Tornadus Therion, which also has Lumberry and its regenerator U-turn knockoff Heatwave. Hurricane, this is my main check to Alakazam. It can't Thunder Wave me. I mean, it can, but I will heal it with Lumberry. I can just U-turn or knock off on its face and check it very nicely. I can also I have Heatwave for that Avaleg there and Klefki. Also, Lumberry is good for Klefki. And Hurricane just to hit hard against everything. I can't hit Heatran really with this set, but I mean I guess I have Latias as a Heatran switching, possibly, I don't know. Let's hope it's not too offensive Heatran, because it will definitely break through my team pretty well. Also, I can switch into, I guess, Diancie when I know it's set. But of course it could carry Flash Cannon, it could be Scarfed. It also switching into Lava Plume is annoying with Diancie, because I somewhat rely on having that strong Diamond Storm there. I've 8 attack EVs on Tornadus because I don't really need attack to hit hard to Alakazam. And yeah, speed to outspeed the Alakazam. But yeah, that really covers my team here. So I'm not exactly sure when I'm gonna play Arke. It really depends when I get to access her, but like get to contact her, get that she gets access to internet, things like that, I guess. Both of ours, both of our internets have been pretty bad, so let's hope this all will arrange somehow. But that's enough rambling from me. Let's hop straight into the battle. Okay, so here is the battle, and she brings Gardevoir, which is her Mega Rotom, Dusknoir, Gallade, Smeargle, and Klefki. And I lead off with my Infernape because I'm expecting the Smeargle lead, which he has led with a lot of times in the past, so I just go for Fake Out. So she will stay in, and I can just go for a close combat and get that second turn KO on that Smeargle. So a nasty, I guess, like an annoyance straight away out of the way, which is nice. I go for the Flare Blitz against the Klefki, as it ends up being a Sash variant. I get crit plus burn, which is it's unfortunate because I actually believe that the player off might have KO'd me without the burn, so there's definitely some hacks which I'm sorry for, and but there's nothing I can do. Player off, offensive Klefki is also something that I believe she has brought quite a few times, which is interesting. It would have worked for her this time because she would have been able to KO my Infernape without that burn most likely, so it's unfortunate definitely for her. However, she brings in Rotom, and I just bring in my Latias on it, and I can just fire off that E-Bulk Draco Meteor. So basically, even without any investment in, with full investment but with no boosting item, I'm able to KO the Rotom. As in comes the God of War, and I'm not expecting Focus Blast, so I'm just switching straight into my Empoleon to take that predicted Hyper Voice, which she indeed does go for. And I can just go for Steel Wing, as she reveals Grass Knot, which, it does the same amount of damage as Hyper Voice. So I would run Focus Blast. I guess, I don't even know what Grass Knot really does, because I believe Hyper Voice does about the same amount of damage to everything that Grass Knot does. That, Grass Knot hits super effectively. Anyway, she brings in the Dusk Noir, as I want to set up my rocks because God of War will die to them. As she goes for Earthquake a couple of times, I try to do as much damage as possible with Scald. She's able to get rid of my Empoleon as I bring in my Mega Diancie, and I will be basically able to just clean the game with Mega Diancie. So nothing too fancy here. It's pretty straightforward game for me. I was able to predict her set, and especially that Klefki and God of War just simply couldn't do anything. Smeargle, well, Klefki neither. That crit burn on Klefki was a bit unfortunate, I guess, but at the same time, if the player had KO'd, I could have just brought in my Golurk and done a lot of damage anyway, so I don't think it was too big of a deal. I would like to say to Arke that a few tips, basically, that if you want to perform better in this league, I would suggest to try a bit different kind of sets, because so far you've brought a lot of very similar sets, so it's getting a little easy to prepare for. At least I was like, really nothing in this team surprised me, even though I didn't really remember that she likes that offensive Klefki a lot, but it was no problem for me. So trying a little bit different sets, I think, would be something you should do if you want to try to get more wins. But GG for this battle. It was it was pretty fast. 12 turns actually. Wow, that was a fast and offensive game. I like that. But I'm now 5-0. I'm actually leading the league. I needed 4 win to be in the top spot, I believe. Tom hasn't yet played his 5th week game, but I don't think he can beat me, like get better record than what I have now. I believe I have plus 20 difference right now. So it's looking pretty good for me, but yeah, I think that's all for today. The battle was pretty straightforward, and thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks Arke for playing against me. This is all for today. The next battle will probably be uploaded at the same time as this one, but until then, this is Type signing out. Bye.